Locked in, but I still go and make the blocks spin. You know, treat you like you number one.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Princess Key. So in this video, I'm just gonna show y'all how I dyed this 613 hair from Amazon ash blonde, and I also am plucking the hair in the video. You'll be able to see all of that. And I guess I'll do like a review about the hair too, because it needs to be talked about. There were some things that were lacking with this wig. For one, I would say the cap size. Like, I feel like at this point in time, like it's 2022, I feel like wig companies should be like, we should have like a universal. If not, then we should have a everybody should have a way to customize the wig cap size, because some of us with big heads, we be having a hard time. It's like if the wig is too small, it creates more problems. The wig's too big, it could easily be finessed. You could sew it, you could do whatever to tighten it up. But if it's too small, you're kind of like shit out of luck. So yeah, companies need to work on that. Other than that, I feel like the hair took the color very well. The hair did take the color well. It just what was the issue? The issue, I had a little bit of problems with the shedding. I had a little bit of problems with the density, which I did anticipate because it's Amazon. Usually it's more customizable. You get to do like AliExpress or a different hair vendor. Overall, I feel like the look came out cute. They need to work on like where they're putting the tracks, because there's no reason why you should be able to see the track right here. It's like, I have to fix it a certain kind of way to cover it, but it's just no reason for it. But yeah guys, if y'all want to see how I dyed this hair ash blonde, plucked it, styled it, and I went through a lot I went through a lot to get this video out, because it was just so much. Y'all are gonna see. But stay tuned if you want to see how I got this look. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay you guys, so this is just me unboxing the wig pretty much. Unboxing it, they gave me a wig cap. You could see the hair is pretty long. It's actually 30 inches of hair. The density, I believe, is supposed to be 180. It wasn't really giving 180. I'm gonna be completely honest, y'all. It wasn't giving 180. It was giving more like 150. When I put some layers in it, I kind of finessed it. As you could see, like I was saying in the intro, the cap size, I was appalled. I mean, I was just crossing my fingers, hoping that I would be able to finesse it, which I did because I'm good with my hands, but the wig cap was a little small. Okay, so right now I'm just showing y'all something that I always do with my wigs. I just cut the little combs out because they make the wig bulkier than it really should be. So I always make a point to cut those out. Now, when you do this, you just want to do it very, very gently. Don't do it hard, because you can tear the frontal from the actual wig, and you don't want to do that. You just want to remove the comb. So I go through, and what I do is just make a tiny little slit at the top, and then the rest of it I'll just start pulling it away from the wig slowly, so there's no chance that I would rip the wig, because I've done that one time before and I was able to finesse it. But that's something you don't want to do. Just do it gently. And if you're somebody who's never done this before, you're gonna be like, oh my god, like my wig is not as bulky anymore, and it doesn't irritate your scalp as much if you take the combs out of the wig. So yeah, just a little tip for y'all. And I only take out the combs that are in the front of the wig, not the one in the back that goes in the back of your neck, just the ones in the front, because those just make the wig bulky. And if you guys have any questions about this hair, the information will be in the description box below. Now here, I'm just showing you briefly how I pluck. I just take some water, spray it on the hairline, and then I just keep going back section by section. I take my time with this, guys. It's no rush. It's not a race. You want to make sure you take your time with the plucking process, because you don't want to over pluck If you underpluck, you can always go back, but if you overpluck, then it's really no going back unless you know how to tie knots, sis. Teach me. But yeah, that's just what I'm doing here. As you can see, I'm just taking my tweezers, going back section by section, making sure I keep the hairline wet, and I have a piece of white cloth under so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so as y'all can see here, I'm still just plucking the wig, and what I like to do after a while is part the wig in the middle, just so I can have a comparison, make sure everything's matched up, so one side isn't more plucked than the other. Now I'm just showing y'all my results. I just repeated it throughout the whole hairline. As you can see, it's now giving scalpiana. Before, we started off a little on the bulky side, but now we're going in the right direction. It's actually looking like somebody's hairline out here, not a samurai man's hairline. Y'all know those samurai stories that be wearing the ridiculous wigs. That's how some of these wigs be coming, ridiculous. But yeah, as y'all can see, I'm just pulling back the hairline, showing y'all what it's looking like after I plucked. Okay, as y'all can see, I did go ahead and pluck the wig. Now I'm just taking like a few squirts of the Bedhead TG purple shampoo. That's the one I like to use. And I use some hot water. Make sure the water's hot, because at first I did it with cold water and it wasn't mixing. So I had to go and get some hot water. And I'm just dipping it in slowly at first, just to make sure every strand is coated, because we want to make sure that we get rid of that brassiness. So when we go ahead and dye the wig, we don't have any brassy undertones. We want to make sure everything's even and toned. So that's what I'm just doing here. I'm submerging the wig in the water, making sure that everything is coated. Okay. And then after I finish this, I'm going to rinse out the wig and add some silicone mix, the bamboo one. I forget the YouTuber's name, but she was talking about this and she was just saying how it makes her wigs super, super soft. Super soft. But yeah, that's just what you guys see me doing here. Putting it all throughout the hair, rinsing everything out, and this stuff smells so good. Like I could not stop talking about it, and it kind of like stayed on me a little bit. It's kind of like a faint body butter or something. I love it. I'm gonna use it in my natural hair because it did help with the hair overall. Like I can't imagine what this hair would have been like if I hadn't used the silicone mix. Yeah, just make sure that y'all get the hair really, really good. And I did notice I was a little bloated in this, so don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just pay attention to the hair, y'all. But yeah, that's just what I'm doing here in this clip, just making sure I get all of the strands coated with the silicone mix. All right, now I'm done rinsing out the silicone mix. Now what I'm doing here, I'm just about to show you guys the color I'm using. This is a dark ash blonde by Revlon. I'm also going to be using the light ash blonde as well, and you'll see that later in the video. But I used one box of that for the frontal part of the wig because I wanted to let the frontal part process longer so it could be the darkest, because I wanted the roots to be like a little bit darker than the rest of the wig, just so it will be more flattering on my skin tone. But that's just what you see me doing here. I'm just sectioning off the wig. I sectioned off the frontal part. And once again, y'all can see the construction could use some work, because why, come on, stop playing with us. If it's a 13x4, y'all need to give us more parting space than that. Come on now. But yeah, so y'all just see me here mixing it. Just one box of the dark ash blonde. And I got my gloves on because I didn't want to stain my nails or anything like that. But that's just what y'all see me doing here. Okay, so here I am showing y'all just how I am putting the dye on the front of the wig. So I'm just trying to make sure everything's evenly distributed here. I hope y'all can see I tried my best with the angle, but yeah, I'm just basically using a brush to put it on. I'm using a comb to make sure it gets all over the strands. And here you're gonna see it looks really dark once I finish, but it kind of doesn't come out that dark. It came out a little dark, but it didn't come out as dark as it looks with the dye on it. That's just how it processes. I noticed that with a lot of Revlon products, they look way darker than when you rinse it out. It kind of like fades out a little bit. But yeah, that's just what I'm doing here. So the front is pretty much done. I'm letting that process longer than everything else. And then what I'm doing now is just mixing all of the other colors in. And I believe I did show you guys the other color there. It's medium ash blonde. So we have the dark ash blonde and then the medium ash blonde. And I'm mixing all those together. All in all, I think I used about 5 boxes. No way. I'm sorry, guys. I think I used 3 of the dark ash blonde and 4 of the medium ash blonde, if I'm remembering correctly. But everything will be down below. Okay, so here I'm just like saturating the whole wig with the mixture. Now, y'all, y'all saw me separate the wig in sections, okay? But after a while, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna saturate the whole thing. So I just literally start dipping the wig into the mixture, going in with my hands and just saturating the whole wig. Now, it is a little messy. I'm gonna let y'all know and be upfront. It is a little messy, but it gets the job done though. All you have to make sure that you do is open up the wefts on the wig and make sure that you're coating those wefts. Don't skip this part. Don't just do the outside, because if you part your hair or decide to wear your hair in a style where you know it's like sectioned off, you're going to be able to see little patches in it. You see what I'm doing here? I'm just opening up the wefts and making sure that I pour the mixture on or get the mixture all over it. And then this is what it looks like when it's done. It looks very brown. It looks like mud, but it looked so pretty when I rinsed it out. Y'all gonna see it looked gorgeous. But this is just how it should look once you're done coating it. And then here I am rinsing everything out, all of the dye, everything like that. And I also use the I use the Revlon conditioner that they gave me with the hair dye to condition the wig after I did rinse all the dye out, and y'all will see that shortly as well. But as you can see, look at the color coming together. Like, I just look at it. Oh my gosh, it looked so gorgeous. It looks so gorgeous. I was so taken aback. Like, it was the perfect ash blonde. And it looks like that when it's first rinsed out, it looks kind of gray, but look at it when it dries. Ash blonde, yes. It's giving Black Barbie. It's beautiful. I love the color so much. Okay, now what I'm doing, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and add some of the Garnier serum to the hair, and I just blow dried the hair a little bit. Now you'll all see me hot combing the hair. I don't know if you can see the Lotta Body in the background, but I did use some of that Lotta Body mousse on the hairline, and then I went in to hot comb everything and smooth it back just before I went ahead and put it on my head, just to make sure everything was out of the way, make sure all the flyaways were tame, make sure it was flat as possible. Now y'all see my little set it off cornrows, my Meek Mills. Talk y'all shit in the comments. But yeah, y'all just see my little cornrows. I'm cleaning off my forehead with, I use some hand sanitizer to clean it off because it's still alcohol. But I use that, and then I use some of the Got To Be glue just to smooth my edges back, because as you can see, I love my natural hair. Like, I have very thick natural hair. I love my natural hair. I don't want it getting ripped out by these wigs. I love my edges. We love our natural hair over here, baby girl. So make sure it's all out of the way, because that one thing about that wig glue is it's going to snatch whatever it comes into contact with, and I don't want my edges to be a victim. So yeah, that's what I do. Okay, and I do use 2 wig caps just to protect my natural hair as much as possible. I do use 2 wig caps. So here y'all just see me taking a little brow razor, cutting the holes on the side. Y'all know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know how to do the bald cap method, but I still did want to include a little bit of a tutorial in this video because a lot of people do ask me like how I do my wigs and stuff. This is a very brief explanation or tutorial of it, but yeah, y'all can follow along and see how I do it here. I'm just showing y'all the methods, and I just use a little bit of foundation. Also, people ask me, how do I tint my lace? Do I use lace tint? I don't. I usually just use some foundation. It's summertime, so I'm in between like 4 foundations, y'all. That's why I pulled out all them daggone foundations at first. So that's what's going on with that. But I used that mixture to tint my cap, and I also put the same color on the lace to make sure everything matches and you can't see the wig cap once everything is laid down the way I want it. Now I'm cutting the wig cap, just taking like really leaving what I need, nothing too far up on my forehead. I hate a wig that sits too far up on somebody's forehead. I just don't see a reason for it. I mean, personally, if you want to make your forehead look smaller, just do some swoops or something. Don't have the wig sitting all the way up on your forehead. There's no reason for it, sis. But okay, so here I just have the wig on my head, and basically I'm cutting out my ear tabs. Now I do this really carefully, especially with this wig, because this wig is super small, so I didn't want to make a mistake and cut too much lace. Next thing I know, it's not fitting ear to ear. Oh, and y'all probably didn't notice this, but I actually did rip the lace on this wig. I did. It was a lot of crazy stuff that happened while I was filming this video. For one, the reason why my background changed is because I had to go in a whole nother room because the fuse blew in my room. So I had to go in a whole nother room. So that's why y'all see the background changing. But I decided to persevere. Oh, and my wig stand decided to snap out of place. So I have to fix that later or get a new tripod. All right, here y'all just see me cutting the lace. I'm using a little tiny razor just so I can be as precise as possible, and I'm just cutting off what I don't need. All the pieces of lace that don't have any hair attached to it are pretty much lace that you don't need to leave on your wig, because it's just extra lace, and extra lace tends to be visible, and we want to make the wig, we want to make the wig look as realistic as possible. So make sure that you're cutting it all off. And if you can't get to it, you can just use your scissors. Now, I know y'all see that line of demarcation right there after I just got done. But what I do to fix that, I take a little bit of foundation on this tiny brush that y'all are about to see, and I just go along the hairline, and then that blends it into my skin. So you don't see that line of demarcation, because that, no ma'am. And guys, I did not do my baby hairs on camera, and I'm so sorry. It was super late and I really forgot to film that process, but I can drop a video about that. Or I could just show you guys in my next hair tutorial, because there will be another one very soon. Don't even worry about it. I got y'all covered. But this is it. This is the finished product. I ended up curling it. Okay, guys. So this is the end of the video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. This definitely was not an easy video, but I'm glad that I did finish it for you guys. And this color is super pretty, like for brown skin girls. This is like a brown skin girl friendly blonde. One thing I will do next time, if I choose to do this color, I will definitely dye the roots dark, and I feel like that would be better. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Bye.